What's going on, you all? Welcome back to Timster. Is Quest 2 still worth it? In my opinion, Quest 2 is worth it, just because I feel like they're still going to give this tremendous updates even as Quest 3 comes out. Now, Quest 3 is rumored to probably come out around October. Quest 2 was October in 2020. It's been like a 2-year type difference with these releases. So now they have Quest 3 coming out, I believe, in October. They do have their gaming showcase, which has been announced actually just today, a few hours ago. Showcase is going to be June 1st. Some type of hope of what's going down in virtual reality. Virtual reality, in my opinion, still kind of gotten a little stagnant up until this point. Ghost of Tabor is actually really good, but other than that, there's not too many games. I would still like to refer back to like Resident Evil 4 being one of my best all-around favorite games on a Quest 2, just because of the gameplay and everything. Bone Lab could be in there. There's just not enough content for a standalone. So I think Resident Evil 4 gives you mad content for an actual standalone game, aside from their flat screen type cutscenes. I feel, in my opinion, like Quest 2 is always going to be worth this if you're going to be utilizing PC VR every once in a while. If you watch my channel, you've been hanging out, you know that we like to hang out on PC VR also, because I love Phasmophobia. I think Phasmophobia is just so fun to play in VR, especially solo. If you want to get a good scare out of that, it's always fun to play Phasmophobia VR. I always use my Quest 2 for both standalone. Quest 2, I think, is still gonna have a long shelf time. I don't think they're gonna cut it off like ASAP. Quest 1 is still going. I think Quest 1 is still on board for some updates up until July. I believe that's like the firm date. I don't know, somebody can quote me on that. Until July, I believe that's what the article I read not too long ago, and I think that's still very good. Like all the way till July. Quest had a long shelf life in itself. That's like about a 4-year span, and Quest 2 is something that I feel is still going to keep going even as Quest 3 comes around. Now, the good thing about Quest 3 when it does come out is that it's not going to be very expensive. If anything, it's almost about the same price, so we're almost technically getting a Quest 2.5 just because due to the Quest, the price is going to be kind of the same. We're not going to see like massive upgrades, but we will see some type of upscaling. We'll see some emphasis of some Quest Pro features, not all of the expensive features that they're going to bring over, but I believe we're going to see some improvements in mixed reality, of course, and in hand tracking. I believe in some other essentials like augmented reality, pass-through, multitasking. Also, with this gaming showcase coming around the corner, it goes back to showing what Mark Zuckerberg said. Like, he said their main focus is going to be going back to gaming versus just like mainstreaming the metaverse all day. And that kind of does work to an extent. Like, I'm a huge fan of mainstreaming the metaverse, but it has to be done correctly. I believe one thing that you still have to do is that you have to commercialize streaming virtual reality. In hindsight, being able to do it as a standalone, because being able to showcase that like the way it used to do on Facebook Live is awesome, especially since in their recent update V53 they utilize now that the browser is being able to view Twitch clearly. So if they're viewing Twitch clearly now that gives us another step forward to like, okay, well, there can be Twitch integrations in there. So now the next thing I feel, in my opinion, is to commercialize that streaming virtual reality, which would be best on a Quest 3 as a standalone. No computer needed, no PC needed. If mobile phones could do it, then Quest should be able to do it by a Quest 3. It should be able to. I mean, there's just no excuse on that, especially with Twitch integration moving forward. Facebook Live used to be there. I still have no idea why they got rid of that. Probably one of the coolest features they had, because they are the owners of essentially the Meta Quest 2. Facebook is the umbrella, or under the umbrella of Meta and Meta Quest 2. So I don't know why they got rid of Facebook Live. I have no clue as to why they got rid of Facebook Live. I just hope that when they do bring back something of streaming, that it is standalone, and or at least live showcasing. Those Facebook Live wasn't really a stream on Facebook gaming. It was like your personal profile. But hopefully they can do that with Twitch to be able to just log into your account and showcase it. If phones could do it, a Quest can do it. So I think that's probably pretty much like the only thing that I would be excited for moving forward in Quest. If you're into heavily VR culture, I believe you will see some stuff that you do admire about the Quest 3, such as myself, who's just a VR enthusiast, VR lover. We'll see how much that price range is, right? If it's still like in that same exact price range that we're used to for a Quest 2, absolutely worth it. If it's like maybe like $50 to $100 more like USD, I would probably delay getting a Quest 3, try to stay updated on your Quest 2. I'm more than sure a lot of these games are going to be compatible with both, kind of like how every console switches gens, right? When 360 went to Xbox One, games are still compatible both ways. When Xbox One went to Xbox Series S and X, like they were still compatible for a little while, those first few months. I think they're going to do the same thing with that. I think just every next gen moving forward, if they still want to continuously make the right amount of money and profit and sales, I think they allow both of the Quest 2, Quest 3, ending Quest 1 for sure, because that's like having Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Xbox Series Series S. Like, no, you got to end one of these generations already. So we'll see how much the price is. There's no leak on the price. We'll see what they do with this gaming showcase on June 1st. But y'all gotta let me know. Are y'all excited for Quest 3? Are you getting a Quest 3, or do you rather just kind of hold off on a Quest 2? You feel that VR is kind of just falling off already, or do you think it's too stagnant? Doing all right for now. We'll see what happens later, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Appreciate y'all. Peace.